Alright, so we're still trying to go and get some work done on this 68, get it fired up so that we can go and do burnouts and everything like everybody else wants to see. One of the things that we have to do is modify the fan shroud that was made for the radiator. So if you look here, I made this fan shroud last year. It was pretty quick and simple. It's just a piece of aluminum. I put a couple holes in for our 10-inch Mishimoto fans, and what I'm finding is when the air comes through the radiator this way, it hits this piece of aluminum and it stops. It's not allowing the air to go through and actually cool and do its job. So what I did was on the back side, I went and laid out some black lines. Let's see if we can see them here. So as you can see, I'm gonna do a 1-inch hole saw here, 1-inch hole saw here, and one down here, and then I'm just gonna connect them with a jigsaw. We're gonna cut out this area, this triangle, and this triangle on the far side. That's gonna leave us about an inch gap in here. I put an inch around everything. I think that'll be enough to hold these fans in place. So we're gonna go ahead and try that. That should open up pretty much 3/4 of these sealed sections here and hopefully allow some more air to come through, and it'll keep the car a little bit cooler. So let's go ahead and get that done. So we have our shroud now. I took the fans off and we have it clamped down to the table, and I have my hole saw here set up on the drill. So let's go ahead and start drilling some of these out. So here you have it, really rough cut out. We're going to go through now with a little carbide burr, and we're going to clean up some of the spots. Like right here, there's a little point. You can see right here as well. We're going to clean some of those up, but you can see that's going to add to a ton more air coming through this radiator trying to cool this car down. But I still maintain a good amount here where I think it's going to be strong enough to hold the fans and do what it has to do as well. Let's get this cleaned up. So we just got back from the shop, and I have the fans here, I have the shroud, and I have the bolts that hold the fans in. That took a lot longer than I hoped for to cut these 6 holes in here. I broke 2 of the bits, as you saw, for the middle of the hole saw in there. So I ended up just jigsawing the shape out, and then I used a little carbide burr to try and get some of the round edges. So like this guy here, let's see if I can get it in the camera. It's not a perfect circle, but I mean, it is what it is. If this ends up working out better, I'll go get one of these laser cut so everything's nice. I also did go through about 7 jigsaw blades. So, you know, something I thought it was going to take 20 minutes ended up taking almost 3 hours. So we're here now. Let's get the fans bolted back up onto this thing. I need to tighten the damper onto the crank, so I'll show you how we're going to do that. And then we can go ahead and install the belt, the pulley, get the fans on, and we should be about ready to fire this thing up. Let's get to it. have it, guys. Like I said before, that opened up a whole lot of space for the air to flow through this thing. Hopefully that'll help keep it a little bit cooler. Now that that's done, we'll set this thing aside. So this is the new hood. We had to go with a different hood because the car bonnet was hitting. So this is a GT350 style hood. It's raised here about 1.5 inches. So that gave us about 1/4 inch on top of the bonnet. It's the most stock style raised hood that I could find. So hopefully most people won't notice when they look at it. You know, they'll just keep walking by, and when the hood's shut, they won't have any idea what's going on. The hood latch didn't fit all that well when we got the hood, so I went and I made up this piece of metal here. I just had it broke at a 90-degree angle, and then I traced the shape of the core support and the grill on it, and I hand cut that out. Let's bring this a little bit closer so you can see. So as you can see, it's just a 90-degree bend here in the backside, and then like I said, I just took a marker and traced the core support all the way across, and then I traced the grill and I cut that. I then pulled out the original hood bumpers here and I threaded a bolt in. I unbolted the original hood latch, which went in these 3 holes and also these 2 front holes. So I'm going to end up bolting the grill to this piece, and I'll bolt this guy in the middle in 3 spots, and then the same hood bumper hole down here. What that's going to allow me to do is put a hood pin right in this area, and I can bolt the hood shut with a hood pin. I didn't want to end up drilling into the core support. You see a lot of guys do that. They just drill a hole into the core support there, and that's how they keep their hood bolted shut. But in case I ever want to go back to the original style, I want to make sure that I could undo it, so that's why I went this route.